Are you ready? This is seriously a nice looking bass. You ready for this? Okay, you read that correctly. This is going to be the ultimate battle, the battle that nobody thought would ever take place. An $11,000 Fodera versus the cheapest bass I could find on Amazon. Now, just to give you a bit of a backstory about this, okay? I was talking to a friend of mine a few days ago, and he was talking about buying his son a bass, and he said, should I just buy one on Amazon? And I said, I've got no idea. I said, I didn't even know they sold basses on Amazon. And then from that, so I ended up looking on Amazon with him, and I was like, well, they look okay. But from that conversation with my friend, this idea was born of putting a Fodera, obviously, you know, the Rolls Royce of basses, the Zonda, the Bugatti. This is the Bugatti of basses, okay, versus what could possibly be the Lada? Are they even around anymore? No offense to any Lada fans out there. So we've got them right here, guys. I'm going to show you them in a minute. This, in this case, is a $11,000+ bass Fodera. Then in this box, this very box here, I've got the cheapest bass I could find on Amazon. It was 80 quid over here, which is, I think, the equivalent of just over $100. And you guys are gonna have to guess which one I'm playing. I'm gonna conceal them and you have to guess. And then for all you Fodera geeks out there, I'm also going to talk a little bit about this bass because, god damn, it's nice. Can you see the bags in my eyes? That's because I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning drinking wine and playing this bass. God damn it, I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, so first of all, this Amazon bass. I can't even remember what it's called, to be honest. And it's a little bit of an unfair test, obviously, well, not only because of the price, but because this is a jazz bass style instrument and the Fodera is not a jazz bass style instrument. Very different, very unique, but come on, it's fun anyway. Box opening hack for you. If you ever can't find a knife to open a box, you can just use a key. It works great. Wow, come on, free cable. Can we get any better? Okay, so this is it. It is a, how do you pronounce this? Amoon. I'm actually teaching my son all about the solar system at the minute. It's a moon. Sorry, bad joke. It's a moon. The initial, it's not in tune. Okay. Things aren't looking good for this bass, are they? I'm just going to alter the action on this. A little bit more. Just making sure I'm doing it the right way. Done it. Right. If you'd got this out of the box and you didn't know how to adjust a truss rod or fiddle with the action, you would have had a bass that was kind of unplayable in a way. But I've just spent like not even 5 minutes. I just, you know, took off the tension on the truss rod, and then I fiddle with the action on one of the saddles, and it's cool. And like, obviously I've not plugged this in yet. The pots feel good in terms of how smooth they are. They don't feel like super cheap pots. Got no idea what pickups are in it. It's obviously just, you know, it's like an older body or something like that. Man, for like $100, when I was a kid, you could not buy a bass for $100 and it'd be decent. I'm gonna go and get the mighty Fodera now. Unlike the Amoon, this Fodera, just the case alone, it is so heavy. If Rolls-Royce did make bass cases, it would be like this. At no point have they thought, let's make it light. All they've thought is, let's make it amazing quality. Are you ready? This is seriously a nice looking bass. And as I said, I was up until 2 in the morning playing this beast, drinking red wine. My wife woke up this morning and was like, what went on last night? I was like, I've got no idea. You ready for this? Very unfair test, but fun, right? And I mean unfair because obviously the price range is huge. But I do think it's really interesting to bear in mind that people, when they buy an instrument like this, they feel like they're gonna get, you know, all their dreams are gonna come true with their playing. And if you're one of those guys, I've got bad news for you. It doesn't work like that. So this is a Fodera Matt Garrison signature. They are, I think, like over here, I was looking on Thoman's site. If you guys in the States know Thomann, it's like a big shop in Germany. They're selling one for like just shy of £10,000. I think it's like 9,800 or something like that pounds, which is the equivalent of like $14,000. So they're a lot. That's because of obviously sort of like import tax and stuff like that. It's just two soap bar pickups, unlike this bad boy that has the J style pickups. Oh, I actually had one of these a long time ago, and I'm going to talk about why I sold it actually in this video. I think it might be quite interesting to you. Like, it's active, whereas this one's passive, so it's, you know, it's a tough test. The Amoon has got some. It's got a tough competition. Yeah, so let's get these two little bad boys plugged in and make some noise. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play one of these, and one of them will be called bass 1, and then I'm gonna play the other one, and the other one will be called bass, you got it, 2. Then in the comments, don't be shy, you've got to guess which one is the Amoon, either bass 1 or bass 2. And just to make this as fair as it can be, I know it's not very fair, I'm going to play this one in passive mode. So all of this gubbins down here, all the active mid and all that stuff is going to be switched off. And then once I've done this test and, you know, put you guys to the test, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about this bass, because I think it needs just a bit of a shout out, because it's a really beautiful instrument. And I want to talk about why I sold mine many years ago, like over 10 years ago. I had one of these, and I think it's something to take into consideration if you guys are thinking about, well, we'll get to that. So let's do the test first, and then we'll get into some more nitty gritty. You ready? Let's do it. Bass number 2. Okay guys, now don't be shy. In the comments I want you to let me know which one you thought was the Amoon, bass 1 or bass 2. And this is going to be a ton of fun. And hopefully guys, you've got from this that it is amazing to be able to invest, you know, in a fantastic instrument such as a Fodera like this. It really is, and it is the Bugatti of basses, right? But it also highlights for the beginners out there, or anybody that's on a budget, is that you can actually get a great sound from a really cheap bass. Like this bass is $100, and it sounds great. You could gig with it, and you could gig with it absolutely fine. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about this bass, this Fodera bass, and just shed a little bit of light on really kind of sort of like what they're about, and if you haven't heard of Fodera, and why I sold mine many moons ago. And really, if you've not checked them out, like, they are really beautiful, in the absolute sort of like, you know, the top of the league basses that you can get. Just really fantastic instruments. This has got a redwood top and a walnut body. I think it's got like an alder block here and an ash neck, and as you can see, it's like super, it looks like a chocolate stripe, doesn't it? It's just like really nice. And there's a ton of electric options as well on here. The great Mike Pope designed this circuit, fantastic bass player. If you've not checked him out already, he's really worth checking out. Let me just plug this in, and then I'm just gonna highlight why. Well, let me just get to it. Now, hopefully you've all answered which one you thought was the the right bass, the Amoon, I'm going to tell you at the end of this video. Let me just put this all back into active mode. Okay, so now it's like in full active mode. And as you can see, it's got a high C string on there, which is great for chords, right? So as I said, I used to have one of these basses and I actually sold it. And the reason why I sold it is something that you probably might not think about. Because of the ramp and the sound, there's something that just, it kind of kicks you into this sort of this gear where you need to, or I personally need to shred a little. I don't know why that is, but it definitely, let me just, got that kind of honkiness, you know. That really makes me play in a certain way. And I didn't want to play like, I wanted to kind of like, well, play like I play now. Now, something really worth bearing in mind is that you can get a kind of vibe. If I turn it all onto the neck pickup, I'll turn the treble all the way down. Now, if I play over the actual ramp here, I can't really dig in enough to get that rasp. But if I play it over here, like, I think basically you could get it. I think maybe I'd have to remove the ramp, and I think possibly thicker strings may help as well. Definitely, it's got its own flavour. It's not that P-bass thing. Maybe I could make it sound like that if I really tried, but I definitely have to experiment around with it. In fact, let me just grab a P-bass and just give it some beans. Okay, the P-bass. Definitely got thicker strings, so if I got thicker strings on this, I might be able to get a little bit more. It's not just the sound, it's the actual texture of the string, and when you play it, the depth of how much you can actually dig in is going to give you a whole different flavour to your groove when you're playing. So it's definitely worth bearing in mind. So yeah, but all said and done, guys, come on, like jeepers creepers, look at that beast. It's a really nice bass, isn't it? And just shout out to Matt Garrison as well, obviously, for you know, getting together with the Fodera boys and making this bass what it is. If you haven't checked Matt Garrison out before, you know, he's definitely worth a listen. He's an absolute monster. So anyway, the big reveal. Which one did you think was the Amoon? Was it number 1 or was it number 2? Drum roll, please. Okay, guys, are you ready for this? The Amoon was number 1. Who got it right? Who got it wrong? Go back to your comment and let me know if you got it right or you got it wrong. I'll be really interested to know. And also let me know what what you learned from this video. I think just for all them beginner guys starting out there, I really want you to feel enthused about watching this video and think, wow, this is it. I can actually get a bass that is within my reach financially and it can sound great. So hopefully you've enjoyed this, it's not a lesson really, is it? Remember to like and subscribe the channel. And if you haven't already, go to scotsbasslessons.com and check it out. It is the ultimate online bass school for bass players such as yourselves to take your bass playing to the next level. We've got over nearly 40 courses over there, full courses that go really deep down into subjects like blues and jazz and technique and funk and rock, and it really gives you also the ability to study with some of the best players in the world as well, in real time from the comfort of your own home. So go check it out, grab the 14-day free trial. It is at scotsbasslessons.com. Take it easy. I'll see you in the shed. Whoa, 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 where are you going? If you haven't subscribed to the Scots Bass Lessons channel yet here on YouTube, click the link, subscribe. I release 2 videos like this every single week. You can also check out our other videos over there. And if you've not checked out scotsbasslessons.com membership, check it out. You can grab your 14-day free trial over there.